just talking about rate of change. We'll get to slope in the next lesson. And so for the warm-up, Green Bay Packers scored 10 points in their game against the Broncos. And then if they score 38 against their next opponent, what is the amount of change points scored? Hopefully you can all do that in your head. They went 28 points higher, so the change was 28 points increased. And rate of change is just a ratio. Remember, whenever you see the word ratio, that means we are talking about a fraction that describes, on average, how much one quantity changes with respect to a change in another quantity. Sounds pretty complicated. If we look at this basic example, though, it doesn't seem quite as hard. So rate of change is change in y over change in x. That's what rate of change is. Change in y over change in x. So if we had this table and I wanted to find the rate of change, all I would have to do is figure out the change in y over the change in x, and then that would be just fine. So the first thing I do is from 78 to 156, how much does y change? Y changes 78. And from 2 to 4, how much does x change? It changes by 2. And here is just a quick saying, if I look at it in terms of the actual variables to be change in cost over change in number of games. We just found that, so it changed 78 over 2, and when I do that, 78 over 2 gives me 39, and I'm fine if you just leave it as 39 over 1. And that is the cost per game. That's how much it's changing. Now let's look for the second time, how much it changes. Well, if we notice, we go up 78 for y again, we go up 2 for x again. So we will end up with this same rate of change of 39. It's always just the change in y over the change in x. Now, explain its meaning. What does this mean? Well, this is cost divided by games. We can all see we did cost divided by games. So 39 over 1, $39 divided by 1 game. Remember, division is the same thing as per. So $39 per game. Each game costs $39. That's basically what the meaning is. And the way we get that meaning is by looking at what y and x are represented by. Cost and number of games.